situation that started overseas.
Was that in December too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like it was brewing.
It was brewing.
So really, it's 2019.
Yeah.
Like 2019 was just like, oh, y'all thought it was easy, and then the end of it was like, we just gonna sprinkle this stuff into 2020, and then it all just blew up.
A disease in Wuhan, China, was started brewing up for the most part in 2019. That's apparently possibly food born, passed to people, then passed back to. Anyways, it's a virus that existed before, but is now mutated to a new strain called Corona or the COVID-19. Actually, there's two strains apparently now, COVID-19A and COVID-19B. Anyway, there's a lot going on. Yeah, and this virus isn't particularly the most extreme virus in the case of the symptoms. It's a respiratory virus. It affects the lungs. It affects the lung tissues, and it causes the lungs to essentially deteriorate. So it is problematic, as it causes a lot of coughing and respiratory issues. But the real problem is how easy it spreads. For some reason, it's a virus that is spreading like no other flu that they've ever seen before.
Yeah. Before we started this video, I was looking at the Georgia news, and it's like yesterday we were at 500. This morning we were at 600. Now we're at like 650. And it's like, it's just going to keep climbing from there. Yeah, like
they shut down, when it was growing in China, they shut down the whole country. And I don't know who knows their stats on China, but it's a country of they shut down the whole city. The city was, I want to say, 50 million. 50 million. And then they shut down essentially the whole country, which is 1.5 billion. They were like cutting off travel. They were shutting off any entry or exit from the country because it's, like I said, it's not that it's like a soup. There are many survivors, but it's the fact that it spreads so easy. And the people that it does affect, which are usually the elderly, the very young, or the immune compromised, because it spreads so fast and so easy, it can get to them, and it has caused a lot of deaths in the short amount of time that's been. Like Italy is a country that's been hit pretty hard because they're the first country to actually shut down their entire country, and
are still experiencing
new,
cases,
let's say, record number of cases and death per day in a country of 50 million people. And they were one of the first ones to say, like, actually, hey, you guys can't go out. There's a curfew in set now. You can't really go outside. You can only send certain people to go grocery shopping. You can't, social distancing is it's the title of this video because that's the new hot button word. It's, keeping your distance from people because to eliminate the spread of the virus, essentially. Yeah. Because it's, like I said, it's spread by normal means: coughing, sneezing, touching surfaces where the virus has been. Stuff that we've seen and been a part of every flu season, but
this one just can't, for some reason, just be contained.
Yeah, and it's mostly possibly because, like I said, it's fast mutation rate. There's something to do with its animal possible origin, or it's possibly going back. It's just a lot science I don't want to get into, but
so now it's in the United States,
and because of it, our economy, or let's say every single business, to be precautionary, of course, is just actually following some of Italy's practices, and we have shut down various businesses and platforms, like restaurants only takeout now. The NBA, like I said earlier, they shut it down temporarily when Kobe passed, but now it's completely shut down because there was actually players that were testing. I want to say when the players started testing, that's when all the other businesses took like into note, and it was like everyone just started working from home. There were people who got infected in Google. There were people who were getting infected, in places where it already kind of is a lot of space. But
I wonder why the NBA is so affected. Because, like, there's been one person in the NFL, Sean.
NFL offseason, so I haven't heard much from them. They're actually performing as business as usual.
Apparently, Roger Goodell sent a letter to his people saying that we're not.
It's business as usual. Yeah. Like they're still making cuts. They're making crazy cuts like Todd Gurley.
Off season in the NFL, by the way, has never been as interesting as this year. But that's another video.
Yeah, we're gonna stick. See what else. The stock market is crashing. The economy is failing because travel is down.
Oh my gosh, the travel industry.
Cruises are halted.
The travel industry and the friends that we have.
A lot of jobs, unfortunately, are being lost. And prayers out to the people who, aren't going to be supported by I don't know what type of there's supposed to be some type of government help that's actually been approved, and the Trump administration is trying to actually put something together.
There's like an announcement going on right now, but we're not watching it.
Yeah, but it's really serious. Like the record number drop in the Dow market.
California shut down.
California is like this. Similar, like I said, this country in general is on the social distancing, but there are actual states that are following the Italian practice of shutting down and installing curfews.
I think Illinois was the other one.
I think New York is too. I mean,
New York has talked about it. They haven't actually done it yet.
I mean, they have TV shows that are doing audience lists. Like I mentioned earlier, they did a whole debate between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders that had no audience.
A lot of the late night hosts have been doing it from their living room. Like
they started off as an audience. Sorry, I'm being a little loud. They started off as an audienceless show, but for some reason now they just do it from their house. I didn't get the reason why they transitioned, but
you still have people like.
I mean, you still gotta go outside. Yeah,
it's kind of like working from home, like, or also like the camera. Like you still had. It wasn't.
Yeah, even there was a shot, for example, of like the Late Show, and there was still, like you said, like 30 people in the room. And most of these curfews, they don't even want like 10 people in a room at one time. Like you can't even gather more than like 10 people. Yeah. It's I understand it's extreme, but like I guess the part that I'm kind of sad at is like the grocery stores. There is no tissue, there is no water. It's kind of, my brother makes a joke, it's apocalyptic sometimes, but it kind of looks like it. Like there's no, everyone, when the stock market started crashing, everyone went out to go buy all the essentials, and now there's no eggs, bread. Most of the stuff is starting to come back. But
we went like regular grocery shopping last week. We always go grocery shopping on Sundays. And we were on our regular Sunday grocery shopping trip last week, getting basic stuff, and we were like, what the hell?
You can't even find a bottle of this.
We needed a thing of eggs for the week. Couldn't get no eggs. Like, we have Germex around the house for the baby. Like, every table around the house has Germex on it. So, like, when we're walking around, we can quickly put Germex on for holding the baby. Or, like, when guests come over, we can't even refill our Germex bottles. Like, the regular amount that we always have in the house.
There's people in America buying 15,000 bottles at a time.
Thank goodness we just had bought some tissue and toilet paper from Sam's Club. Like, just because we needed more. But it was, like, perfect timing. Like, before all this crazy stuff happened.
Even when we went to Sam's Club, which is a warehouse store, they were out of toilet tissue and stuff when we went.
That was the second time we went. The first time we went, we walked in and walked right out. The line was like zigzag through the entire store.
We haven't had to experience anything like truly crazy besides the no stock in things. Like in the beginning there were fights that were happening. People were fighting in the stores.
Right next door.
Like it was like the black market sales or the Black Friday sales going on. There was fights going on. There was people getting stabbed, and it was chaos in the very beginning, and now it's kind of, it still is chaos, and there's no real projection on when it's supposed to end.
I think that's the scary part. Like,
they've been saying things like it could end in April, but then they're also saying like it could end in August.
Yeah. I think I started to trip when they started canceling like
everything.
Like my sister's college graduation at UGA in early
May, graduation
canceled, and now they're like debating about high school graduation. I'm just like,
they still haven't made a call on the Olympics, but it's pretty sure
they're until August.
But that is up in the. They've canceled conferences. They've canceled worldwide developing, like money making situations where like developers show off their products.
The IOCs, the committee said they were going to make a decision by the end of April because they still have time. But like for my job, like I was working on stuff for the Masters, and it's like that got canceled, and then March Madness got canceled, and it's like, okay, how long? I guess when stuff in May started getting canceled, that's when I was just like, are we really going to be like this for like the next 3 months?
They moved primaries for election, like big thing. This is election year.
We're supposed to vote this week for the primaries in Georgia.
They extended the deadline to May.
They extended it to May.
So like Bri said, it's like
little hope. But then they extended the tax.
A 2-month extension is long.
They extended the tax season to July 15th though. So like there's some predictions that we're going to be in this until August. So I'm just like, is that really like true? Like is summertime like over? We gonna be in our house all summer?
All summer. It's starting to get hot too. So which means the AC bills about to be crazy. Which means
man, we've actually delayed service disconnections.
A lot of companies, a lot of utilities. I mean, it's only one step from like the government completely stepping in and just doing exactly what Italy did, and also stalling out things like taxes and rent because we can't go anywhere. We can't, there's people who really can't. There's people who lost their job, unfortunately. There's people who can't go to their job. There's people who literally just stuck at home, or they're just stuck in a hospital, stuck somewhere. Like
he did postpone student loan payments, so
student loan interest payments.
No, now it's student loan payments.
Oh, the whole payment.
Yeah.
I mean, cool.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, dang, our alarm clock's up.
The Warriors here. I mean, he can come chill with us. I'm gonna get some video.
Maybe he'll go back to sleep.
Possibly. But yeah, essentially though, it's been a lot of chaos.
Can I just say that, like,
it's a little scary. It's like Walking Dead stuff for real. Like.